Yes, it's possible to use custom roles when sharing with a group, but it's a little bit odd. And I've worked up a sandbox to show how it appears to work today on GitLab. This example is running on gitlab.com inside a ultimate tier demo group that I've created and that I manage. But the same thing ought to work on other groups at the ultimate tier and also in self-managed GitLab at the ultimate tier, because we're talking about vulnerability management here. This is ultimate capability. So I've created a custom role as per the new custom roles capability. And in this particular case, I've called it security analyst. I've based it on the reporter role, which means they can work with issues and they can view code, but they can't actually submit merge requests or merge or push or do any sort of real work on the code on the repository. But we're granting them the additional capability of being able to work with vulnerabilities and vulnerability management. And so that's the definition of the custom role. And then I've got essentially a fake company here, and I've got two groups within fake company. One is security users. That's one of those kinds of groups that we set up to really manage users rather than to manage projects necessarily, because of course the group concept does both in GitLab. So in this case, I've created a group specifically for those users, and that's one way of organizing your groups and subgroups within GitLab. And then I've created another group, which is where my applications live. And so I want to have a group of people in the security users group, and then I want them to all have the custom role inside the application portfolio. So how do we do it? In security users, we start here in security users. We say, well, who's in that group? And I've added myself, my test user here to that group with the security analyst role. And we know how to do that. You invite a member, you select the member, or you submit their email address, and you give them that role within this group. So this test user, Francis Potter Test 01, has the security analyst role inside the security users group. Okay, that makes sense. Now, I'm going to go over here to my application portfolio, and I'm going to go to manage members. And that test user is not here. There, my other users are here. And now I know I can invite members with the security analyst role, but that's not what I want to do. I want to invite everyone. Let's say there's 100 of them in that security users group. So I say, hey, invite a group. Okay. And I'm going to just drop the group name there, and I'm going to select it. And then I say, well, okay, where's the custom role? Right, it's not here. And so what's interesting about this is that if the user has a regular GitLab role, one of the 5 regular roles, default roles, in the sort of source group where they live, then their membership here is going to get applied according to sort of which is the best of those two or the most appropriate. But if they have a custom role in the other group, this setting doesn't matter at all. So I'm just going to invite them as guest, and I'm going to move my zoom out of the way, invite them. So now I've invited that whole group as guest. I can see under groups, the whole group is guest, but the members are actually given their security analyst custom role here. So even though I didn't choose it here, I chose it over there, it still is applied here. And so that's really key to understand. I can go here to my groups and I can say, oh, I want to change this to owner. Doesn't make one bit of difference. Refresh over here, and he's still a security analyst. That's all he is. So regardless of what you set here, this doesn't have any impact on the actual role that an individual has if their role in the other group, the place where they live, is a custom role. So therefore, I think it's possible to use custom roles to assign permissions to a group of people as long as they'll have the same custom role as others within the group that's being assigned. And that's how it appears to work today. And I hope this is helpful. Thank you very much for watching.